Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati, look for their secrets, run back, tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans, and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
A night of comedy with Sebastian Maniscalco and Jim Gaffigan.
Now, is this a family? Is this your mother? Where is she? Is she in the crowd? You don't know where your mom is. The mom's up there. What kind of family is this? I'm sorry.
Sebastian Maniscalco and Jim Gaffigan.
I went ziplining for the last time. What is wrong with us? Would you pay $200 to feel like you're about to die 6 times?
Live in Memphis, FedEx Forum, Friday, February 21st. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
How about them Tigers?
How about the Tigers?
Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well. with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Wednesday, February 12th, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, Grizzlies played in Phoenix last night, late game on TNT, and got a win against the Phoenix Suns. They then jumped on an airplane, headed to L.A., where they're going to take on the L.A. Clippers tonight. Last game before we head towards the All-Star break, which there will be some representatives from Memphis there. We'll talk about everything that took place last night. There's a bunch of games going on tonight, bunch of news and notes to get to. Braden Thornberry, our favorite new PGA player, has played in a couple of events. He's going to come hang out with us. He's been watching every single Grizzlies game. He's going to stop by with us today. It's a Wednesday. It's cold. It's rainy outside, but smile. Let's do it. Turn it up.
Once in your life, won't you do what feels right instead of waiting for the next big thing to strike? Stop running your mouth, get out of the house, get yourself downtown and shake it. Hit me once and it wasn't enough, baby, I want the stronger stuff. Hit me once and it wasn't enough, baby, I want the stronger stuff.
Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, bunch of stuff to get to on the show today, not the least of which is that we all stayed up late last night to watch the Grizzlies beat the Phoenix Suns. They moved to 36-17 on the season with a win in Phoenix, and now they have one more game, which is tonight, another late one, as they are going to play against the Los Angeles Clippers before they head to the All-Star break. Before I get to anything, I'll welcome Bennett Doyle to the show. He is here in studio because Roser is calling the Memphis Hustle game right now down in South Haven, where the Memphis Hustle are playing against the who?
Mexico City Capitanes.
The Mexico City Capitanes.
We like them.
Who feature former Memphis Tiger David Jones, who is now David Jones Garcia. We have a name change for David Jones. So David Jones, going back to his roots.
Come on, bro.
He is. He's David Jones Garcia. Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler. Shanur Quasadilla. Mr. Matt Navojo, the reporter, the photographer. He's Sir Hiss. He's Walker 93.
Vernon, I think we need to wear hard hats today because Tata Washington might shoot another brick.
Oh,
he might shoot another brick.
I was told
he might.
The Hewood Us Award that they are down at the Grizz Den, known as the Grizzlies Team Store, which is within walking distance of our studio. I am told they are printing up Ty Washington jerseys. He is an honorary Memphis Grizzly. There were some that had a meeting this morning, and they said, in conjunction with Tony Allen having his number raised, that Ty Washington's Phoenix jersey was also going to be raised at FedEx Forum. Beautiful. Holy mother.
All right, time he with us, man.
Okay, so that Phoenix team is going to have a tough time making the play-in if they look anything like they did last night. I mentioned this when I went on with Lang this morning, that
years ago, a football coach told me, once your guys turn it off, it's hard to get it turned back on. And I felt like the Grizzlies up 19 points. They stopped defending. Like, that was the thing. They stopped, like, everything that Phoenix got was a chore, and then it wasn't a chore. And the Grizzlies were doing a great job not turning the ball over. They were playing great defense. I thought that the Phoenix Suns had a decent to okay game plan against the Grizzlies starters, not the least of which was the first team that we have seen in a long time. It's happened very, very rarely over the course of the season where, and I always talk about this, where somebody has decided we're just going to take out Jaren. We're going to decide, even if he gets a touch 20 feet from the basket, we're going to run a second guy at him. He's going to look up and he's going to see a second guy, sometimes a third guy, no matter what. And we're just going to take him out because he's the guy that is killing teams. He's the guy that's scoring 30 on a regular basis. And I always say that when you are playing against a team, there's very few teams that you play throughout the year that have a specific and very good game plan against you as an opponent. That is the big difference between playing during the regular season and playing during the playoffs. Chris Finch comes to mind. Minnesota always does a good job on Ja. New York comes to mind. They always do a very good job. Yes, Ty Lue, who the Grizzlies will face tonight. They always have a specific game plan for those guys. But what we know is that over the course of the past 5 years, you walk into a opposing locker room, and number one on the whiteboard is Ja Morant. What are we doing with Morant tonight? Last night felt like number one on Phoenix's board was Jaren. Yeah. And that is what I said was an incredibly promising thing that took place, because the best thing that can happen for this team is for more teams to have to spend that level of focus on Jaren, because the truth is, if you single up on Ja Morant, he is going to destroy you. Most teams make him see 2 and 3, and they box and elbow it, and they just say, if you're going to shoot us out of this, then shoot us out of this. Mm-hmm. Last night, you saw a scenario where now Jaren Jackson is commanding the majority of the attention. And so they tried to make life hell on him, which they did. They did a very good job. Yeah. He missed threes that he would normally step into and make.
0 for 5 from 3. He don't usually shoot 0 for 5 from 3.
He does not usually shoot 0 for 5 from 3. But the space that allowed Morant to operate with, and, didn't get a couple calls early. That has got to be. When is the last time Morant went to the free throw line double digits in a game? Seriously. I wonder. Now, look, I don't know anything. I really wondered this because I've seen this happen in the past. I wonder if they sent a video. This happens during the course of the regular season. This has not made any kind of news, but it would not shock me in the least if they sent a video to the league and said, something is awry here. This guy, we're losing control of our best player to the point where he doesn't even, stay engaged in the way, because he does not get any of these. Here's all the bumps you give the other team, and here's all the bumps you never give this guy. Because last night, I thought he got beyond a favorable whistle. Like beyond. They even gave him the goaltend on Bol where that was crazy.
That wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close to a goaltend. I was like,
maybe at halftime they may have went in the locker. The refs may have gone in the locker room and watched some stuff. Because even in the first half, I was like, yo. But like it looks like at halftime he shot 4 free throws in the first half. He shot 12 total, so that's 8 in the second half.
How many times has he shot 12 this year?
The last time he got above 10 was in Minnesota, January 20th. And before that, Houston on the 9th. But other than those 2 games, he hadn't shot 10 free throws in the game since the Portland game, November 25th.
It's really odd for a guy that is not a shooter.
And he's a straight
he's a driver.
Attacker driver.
Yes.
That's why I was so bothered.
And he's driving into contact. And I just told you that, I watched these last 2 Golden State games. Jimmy Butler's gone to the line 28 times.
Anthony Edwards shot 16, 17 free throws in the last couple games.
Right. Ja has not gotten that kind of whistle, and it has had a profound effect on him. But last night, you got a full Morant experience, had some spectacular plays, and also had a little more space to operate, and also, most importantly, got to the line. That's how he's going to be able to make hay, is by getting to the line. It also gives you the opportunity to set up your defense. Defense was really active. As I said, I thought they had a relatively decent game plan against the starting level players and then had nothing for the bench. They were, I swear, in that first half when we put our bench in, every shot they took was wide open. I was like, this is bizarre. Like, they didn't even know who was guarding Santi Aldama. They didn't know.
Was facing the other direction, and Tyus was looking like, yo, what are you doing?
It was
and
weird.
Santi was just like, oop.
And then they would get mismatched all the time.
Yeah.
There was that one possession where Grayson Allen's guarding Jaren. I'm like, this cannot be like what they're intending on doing. They're just a mess.
They're just out there, bro.
It was really weird. And then the Grizzlies stopped defending. Then they started screwing around and made that game unnecessarily stressful. When it got to 4, I was like, you cannot be serious. I cannot believe I'm going to stay up until midnight and you're going to blow this against this rat team. Because that team is not, good grief.
Outside of Kevin Durant, like, doing this thing, bro, that team is not very,
No.
Ain't nothing about it. Bo did his thing, cool, that's all right. But outside of KD, disgusting basketball. Unethical basketball.
Unethical.
And
watching them play, it makes you wonder, like, man, they are really in peril, especially when they say their locker room's a mess. They're really in peril of not being able to make the play-in.
Yeah.
Seriously. They may, and even then, you would then be counting on them to win too. Because even if they make it, it is hard to see them getting anywhere above 9. Yeah. And then you're in a position where you got to win 2. And that team is not good enough to win 2 games against a good team.
No, I saw Windhorse this morning.
On their play.
I saw Windhorse this morning. So, and this is no shocker, but he was like, it's 100% KD's getting traded in the offseason.
Yes.
Even though KD's trying to play the whole nice thing of that's what happens in the NBA. It's a league of transactions. I'm like, bro, KD, come on, bro, keep it a bucket. You should. Hey, after watching John in person last night, my guy, doesn't it feel? Don't you wish you would have put on that Bill Street Blue?
Where was this?
Yep,
could have been you.
Could have been you.
We could have made a video about your 30,000 point over here, dog.
Yeah.
By the way, bro, you know one thing about this highlight too about Ja? It's a lot of attacking early.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of
running up their back and then making a play.
Attack early, but when you just like walk it down and like it's even if it's like off a made bucket, John's like, look at him. Okay, boom, find him. Jalen Wells. Bah. Like it was attacking.
But who is defending?
Guarding him.
That is just bizarre.
That's warm-up defense, bro.
They're not even guarding Jalen Wells.
Like, who's supposed to be guarding him?
Really? How? It's just a practice 3.
Even that way.
They weren't guarding him.
Oh, bro. But, like, all his buckets he scored was, like, early offense, early buckets.
And we looked like the Oklahoma City team.
Yeah.
Where we were the ones that were
rebounds.
flying around grabbing every offensive rebound last night.
Shout out Vince Williams, bro.
Oh, my God. Hey.
One thing that people don't bring up is he is an amazing rebounder, bro.
People are busting me up, and they're like, hey, man, you need to do, like, the same way you did a Tony campaign years ago, whatever. And I wanted to say, look, I felt like at that time, just a little brief history, especially now with Tony's name going in the rafters and everything else. A brief history. I had to do that because that was not the popular thing, and that was not what the coach wanted to do. In this case, I don't think I need to do that at all. This is going to take care of itself.
Yeah.
Trust me. No, this is taking care of itself. There was a resent towards Tony. The coach did not want to play Tony. He didn't want to. He was forced into it because Xavier Henry got hurt. And then at that point, it was like any other choice that could be made was made. Courtney Lee, OJ Mayo, Sam Young. We go back and watch. Sam Young started playoff games for us over Tony Allen. Courtney Lee started over Tony Allen. Xavier Henry started over Tony Allen. Jeff Green, we went and attained him. Started over Tony Allen. Matt Barnes started. Like everybody tried to play somebody over Tony Allen. So my My fight with Tony was never like every choice that could be made was made to try to not start him. And every time it ended up being him. Every time. It was undeniable. And what I'm telling you is this time, bro, it's going to be undeniable. Yeah. Williams is that character for this team.
And he's finishing the game. Like
he's finishing the game.
I need him to hit a couple more trays, but
long wingspan, crazy active, grabbing rebounds, getting in motion. And then the only thing I'm really going to complain about last night, and Devin will tell you, I was going crazy at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, he was about to snap.
I mean, I
had to tell him. I was like, bro, we won the game.
When in the absence of Ja Morant having one arm, I can't take 4 out. Bane, you just get us home. Like, it's called 12. It's not called 22.
It always pisses me off when I got to stand up off my couch. Like, I was relaxed. I was chilling.
I cannot watch Ja Morant in the dunker spot and Desmond Bane dribbling the ball off his foot. I love Desmond Bane. If we are going through the 4 out you create, he's third on the pecking order. I'm sorry. Ja is 1, Jaren is 2, Bane is 3. But we were like, hey, get us home. And I'm like, bro, he should have turned it over twice because he kicked it out of bounds, and then he threw it straight into a guy's hands.
I mean, he also did throw the ball off somebody's face at one point.
Spiked it. God.
That was
that tells you.
Nick Richards has got to be concussed.
That tells you anything about his accuracy?
Nick Richards was getting the hell beat out of him last night.
Dude, yeah, he was, man.
So crazy.
I felt bad for him.
I know. He was just in the way all the time.
That was the icing on the cake, man. Dev spiked it off his face.
That off his head.
Right between the eyes.
Yeah.
And the way it bounced was crazy. It bounced straight back. It bounced straight back. He threw it straight off the guy's forehead. It's almost like it was intentional. Right?
The accuracy low, man. You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
The pass accuracy very low.
Man.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of this story Earl Watson was telling about how he used to jump up on. He was talking about John Stockton. And he's like, man, don't ever let anybody tell you about John Stockton. He's like, so I used to pick him up. I'm young. He's like, I'm picking him 94 feet.
Yeah.
He's like, and so I'm just like, no airspace, right? He's like, I'm no airspace against John Stockton. And he's like, and I'm just like up on him and what up on him. He's like a vet, right?
Yeah.
He's like, so we come down on a play, and John Stockton, like he's getting mad at me, right? He's like, man, basically get off me, whatever. And he said, so he got the ball up top, and I go up there, and I'm like, whatever. He goes, this dude winds up and throws the ball straight at my head, and I duck. And he goes, and I turn around. He wasn't passing it to anyone. And John Stockton looked at me. He goes, back the fuck up. Earl Watson's like, all right.
Bro. Yeah, you got it, G.
Bro, he threw the ball straight. And so that's what I say. Last night, I'm like, is he just throwing the ball at Nick Richards?
He did fire that ball, bro. That was like,
he threw it straight off that guy's face.
Off his head, bro. Like off the
That
heezy.
was crazy.
Off the heezy. But no,
maybe it was the old John Stockton move. Back up, bro.
Yeah, bro. You in my
Back
space.
up.
You in my space. But no, to the Dez ISO thing, like it was like a moment too, like where it was giving it to Jaren on that wing and say, Jaren, take us home. And then Ja was in the dunker. And we talked about this too, a week ago, maybe, before this game even happened. The next evolution of Jaren is when you get that joint on that ISO, it's either you got to go quick.
That's right. Or move it.
Or move it.
Yep.
Because they are coming, bro. Like,
they are.
Ja wasn't, I hate that Ja was in the dunker spot, but Ja was on the backside, waving
jumping up and down.
But like the next evolution of Jaren is.
But the big question is at that point, why is John Morant waving his arms up and down in the dunker spot like he's friggin' Tony?
Like, bro, give me a high screen and roll. Give me a little big pick and roll. Give me something, bro.
And I'll also give credit to Desmond Bane because he made 3 massive winning plays down the stretch, right? It was a real trick-or-treat moment because he did have that turnover, but he created the biggest turnover of the night, which was the KD pass that he stole on. He jumped. I mean, he read that thing. It was like a corner. Yeah. He knew KD, and I can't believe KD passed that ball.
Me too.
Who the hell are you expecting to score?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, why are you passing?
He's throwing it to Tyus, too.
I think he was mad he passed it.
Yeah, I love Tyus.
He was mad he passed it, too.
Yeah.
That was just, that team is, boy, it's hard to envision them being able to win at any kind of high level. Like, they're just, and I mean, God, they spent $300 billion on their team, and they got
nothing.
They're less than 500. They're on the outside looking in. Didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
They dropped to 11 because
they're
of that?
11 right now.
And one of the dudes they paid all that money is on the sideline pouting with a hoodie on. Bradley Beal.
Oh, yeah.
Boy got a Supreme Jordan hoodie on.
He must be everybody's friend, though.
He got to be
Did you see all of our team?
Oh, yeah, dapping up there.
Yeah.
I saw that. I noticed that, too.
I'm like, how is
I noticed
everybody
that, too.
Bradley Beal,
cool dude,
I think, well, he's like one of those players' union guys, right?
Yes.
Like, he's like one of those C.J. McCollum, just everybody likes and respects.
Yeah, he got to be a cool dude, a cool cat. You know
Yeah, I think he is cool.
Yeah, he just, it's a little pain in the ass when it comes to basketball.
Well, he's paid over. Look, if Brad Beal wasn't paid $60 million, people would have a much different feeling about it. But, I mean, $50 and $60 million is bananas. And he has a no trade. Like, he has everything set up to resent the guy, right? He doesn't play all that often. When he does, he's not that high level anymore. And he takes up a massive chunk of the cap, and you can't trade him.
Yeah,
right?
So
that's
like,
tough.
It's tough. It's
Yeah.
all set up to be, I mean, you can't even get out of the mistake.
Exactly, because it has to be his choice to get out of the mistake, which is crazy.
Right.
By the way, I have another stat for you. You know I love advanced analytics, Verno. Do you know that the Grizzlies are undefeated when Taylor Rooks is in the building? 2-0 when Taylor Rooks is at a Grizzly game. 2-0. Just saying.
Also said she got an interview with John Morant.
She did an interview
during the day.
Yeah, early in the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got another Taylor Rooks pod coming with Ja.
I don't know.
Maybe she did that a shoot around. I hope it's that shoot around.
I don't know.
But yeah, 2-0.
But wait, we're what with Taylor Rooks?
2-0 this season. When Taylor Rooks is on the sideline again.
Well, what was the one? Because she was here.
2-0 this season.
2-0 this season, Verno. Undefeated. Just saying. Just throw it out there.
Do you think we play harder in front of Taylor Rooks?
I mean,
is that what you're?
I obviously would play harder if Taylor Rooks is there. Would you not?
Good point.
Would you not?
Yes.
Would you not? You would play harder if Taylor Rooks is in this.
You want the post-game interview.
Hell yeah. Shout out Taylor Rooks, man.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just glad they handled business last night. Got put in the left column. Ja looked good. By the way, people are talking about Bane has took a step back. Dez has had 20-point games in the last 4 games, so I don't know where that's coming from.
He has a step back. Is that what they mean?
Yeah. They're like, oh, Dez is regressing. He might throw the ball to the other team a couple times.
Dude, this is my point of view. We have him being a playmaker too much.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
Let him score.
No, he's a scorer.
Certified.
We put the ball in his hands. I've talked about this with the other teams. Like, you see some of these other teams, and when they lose their point guard, how they can look like a mess. That's what's happened to Houston. You watch Orlando, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, hey, look, it ain't like Suggs is John Stockton. They just need somebody to have the ball, to deliver the ball, right? Yeah. I want the ball delivered to Desmond Bane. I don't want Desmond Bane having the ball to start it out. And I sure as hell don't want John Morant standing in the corner or the dunker spot. That was in the clutch.
Yeah, that dunker thing was weird. As much as I love,
what was happening? Why are you? What? I'm like, are you decoying?
I love the Jaren ISOs in the clutch, but like at least run some actions to get to the ISO. Like run me something to get to the ISO.
In John Morant's hands.
Yeah, I'm saying like
that's it.
Run a pick and roll, run something. Don't just like, Jaren, you got it.
I don't care if you want to move it on a DHO or you want to move it, as soon as you get it across half court.
Yeah,
but I want you delivering it to a guy coming off a screen. Or I want you to, like, this whole ISO players other than Ja is bizarre. I cannot take him. Look, I was going crazy.
Yeah, he was spazzing. Bennett, he was losing his mind.
We're in a.
I know, dude.
We just got lucky they missed every open shot.
Yep.
I mean, that tells you how bad they are.
No, I got it. But my God, we gave them open 3 after open 3. I mean, our defense never came back to a high level.
Nah.
And
it stayed in the locker room for sure.
I'm like, this isn't one of those like job frustration games. Why is he in the corner? What is he going to do from there? Yeah. Could you imagine if like friggin' Kason Wallace brought the ball up and they just put SGA in the corner in crunch time?
We can't compare him to Kason Wallace, bro.
It's crazy.
I think he's a lot better than Kason Wallace.
Whatever. The point is it's nutty.
Yeah.
You're not throwing the guy in the corner to just do nothing.
Like I said, Jaren, it was the Jaren ISO, which is fine. Like I said, he had 38 against Phoenix the first time we played him. So it was like,
no
okay,
problems.
You run the ISO for him, cool.
No problem.
Like,
but the problem was he was never getting ISO.
Yeah,
because it was
running.
Always, even if he dribbled twice, there's 3 standing there.
When he took that second dribble to the middle of the paint, it was like 3 suns right there.
Every time.
So,
and that's why you look up and you got to throw it out, and that's where you got to knock down some shots.
Yeah.
I mean, we made open 3s in the first half. Santi made them. Wells made them. Vince made one.
Scottie Pippen was on
Scottie
ties.
Pippen hit that baseline one.
He was on ties. Oh, I know you didn't say one name.
Who?
Hey, you got to shock the system, Vernon. Your boy got him. Hey,
Luke.
I love him, bro. I need him to fire that thing back up, Luke.
All right, here's the deal.
Fire that thing back up, my dog.
You have had Vince come back into the lineup, right? So I mean, there's going to be a crunch, minutes wise. The other thing is you have taken away the fear of God. So I would go to Luke Kennard and tell him that if he doesn't start playing awesome, we're cutting him.
I'm with you.
Because as soon as we said we were trading him, the guy turned awesome.
Yep.
He turned to Frank.
As soon as he saw his name in that Finney Smith deal, he was like, "Oh hell no! I better ball out now. I better ball out now.
Yeah, I need.
I don't want to move. I got a toddler. I don't want to move.
I love it here, man.
I got to ball out.
Yeah,
and now, as soon as we got past the trade deadline." He turned back into a pumpkin. Like, no,
there's
Luke,
at least
we're
3
cutting your ass.
At least 3 times last night that I'm like, shoot it.
Yeah,
like,
you're playing in South Haven. That's where you're gonna be playing for the hustle with Yuki.
You're gonna be South Haven.
Get your ass.
Yeah.
You're gonna put your ass. You're gonna be out there running with Yuki.
Yeah, bro. In the month of February, my guy Luke is shooting 28% from 3.
It's the 0 for 1 that makes me barf.
You're the best shooter in the world. One of the best shooters in the world.
Bro, you can't have Duncan Robinson out there and him not. If Duncan Robinson's out there, he's getting up 8 threes.
Yes, bro.
That's happening. That's what you have to be. That's the only thing you do. You can't defend. You can't we're not gonna give you the ball to create off the dribble a bunch. So knock down shots.
It should be a rule.
Shoot it.
Luke, if you catch the ball, Luke, and nobody's breathing on you, shoot the ball.
End of story.
If somebody's not right here, shoot it.
The other thing is
just shoot it, bro.
The other thing is stop dribbling.
He said
yes.
Stop.
Yep.
Stop dribbling.
He's a creator, man.
Shoot the ball. He's not a creator.
He had 3 assists last night.
Shoot the ball.
I want him to shoot too. I think you should always use your best trait, bro. If my best trait is shooting, when I touch the ball, shoot it regardless. Just shoot the basketball. But no, because we need him tonight. Because the Clippers, they gonna crunch down. They gonna play. They gonna play defense.
And you know what? We need Gigi to get into game mode where he is we've got to pick up awareness.
KD had him in hell.
We've got to pick up awareness, and he's still got to get in shape. He is carrying all that extra muscle on his frame, and bro, he breathes hard as hell.
He be out there tired, boy.
Doesn't he feels like he's dying. Every time they show him, he's like, like his whole chest is moving up and down. I'm like, yo, hey man, we just need to, I know it's a little harder to carry that. You know what I mean? It's impressive to carry that extra 25 pounds on your frame. Mm-hmm. Bro, you are worn the hell out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see him running up and down the court, and it is fast as hell the first 4 trips. And then it starts to slow down. And then they show him, and he's like,
come get me.
Yeah.
Come get me. But yeah, we're going to need y'all all tonight. I mean, because it's
a lot harder to hit shots once you're fatigued.
Yes, for sure. He played, 13 minutes last night?
And he was gassed.
Yeah,
he was gassed.
Yes.
Shot the ball 3 times, yeah. Santi start. Oh, one person we didn't bring up. I want to give him some love, bro.
Go ahead.
And I think it's probably the one that people don't mention because he doesn't really do stuff that shows him the box score. Braden freaking Clark, bro.
Dude. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I saw you post that meme last night.
Yes.
He was everywhere.
Tipping everywhere. Catching little tips on the rim. I'm like, bro.
The last time.
BC is that dude, man.
The last time I went to Arizona, BC was on my flight.
Yeah.
And was going there to visit all his people. I bet he had a lot of people at that game last night.
For sure.
You could tell he had a level of activity and a level of fight for every ball. And how many did he clean up?
Exactly.
Of his 7 makes, how many of them are just they're not hit? Like he hit a couple of those floaters. The rest of them, it felt like he was just cleaning up garbage.
Jaron misses or Dez misses or John. Like he's right
attacking
there.
the rim.
Right there. Just I'll clean it. I got you.
Yes.
Just tip it back in. Or do they count the ones when it comes off the rim and he just swing and hit the ball? Does that count as a rebound?
I don't know.
Because he does that at least twice or two or three times a game.
Where he gets to it.
He
was mega active last night. I felt like the whole team. We played like Oklahoma City played against us Saturday night.
Yes.
Every loose ball. Every loose ball.
20 offensive rebounds last night.
I mean, that's an outrageous number.
20 offensive rebounds.
It's an outrageous number.
Yeah. And I know you mentioned too. You joked at the beginning of the season like I haven't seen BC dunk, bro. He even get up there and he dunking the ball now.
Way more.
Telling you, man.
Way more often. He looks a lot more springy, doesn't he?
Because we're gonna need him in the
and
playoffs.
that second jump too. Way more springy.
We're gonna need him in the playoffs.
No, he's finishing above the rim now. It felt like at the beginning of the season he wasn't finishing. You couldn't throw the ball to the square and him finish it. And now I feel like you could throw the ball to the square and he'll finish it.
Yeah.
He was not doing that at the beginning of the season, which is super promising because you worried like, oh no, post Achilles. Are we just done with that?
Yeah.
Are we done with the guy that can out jump you? He's still a quick leaper too, man.
Yeah, he's a quick bouncer.
No,
I love him on defense too, bro. Like he's one of those dudes where if you get the switch on him, he'll move his feet. Like he ain't one of those bigs where it gets spooky.
I was happy it went in the right column last night.
Yeah.
I was not thrilled with the way we played after the lead, and most of that is because I think that team sucks. Like, really.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. They got hot in the third quarter because we started throwing the ball away, and like you said, you turned it off a little bit.
They just stopped playing.
Yeah.
Even Booker.
They stopped playing.
Booker wasn't good.
Did you see Devin Booker last night? Did he do anything?
No.
He got mad at Dez once.
Yeah.
And he got that the best was the best was the offensive foul that he got called for that he got so mad about.
Oh yeah.
Where he clipped it. And then he tried to flop on the other end.
Yeah.
He got mad for about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
that was the only time I noticed him really in the game.
He played 40 minutes last night, Vernon.
Huh?
He played 40 minutes of basketball.
I mean, they don't have any choice. They played him they played Durant 43 minutes last night. It's crazy.
Fresh off an injury, too.
Yeah.
And bro, the 6 minutes they didn't play him, they couldn't survive.
Yeah.
I feel like
actually it's 5.5 minutes. Dude, there was 5.5 minutes of that game that they played without Kevin Durant. He was a +2.
I feel like we're a couple weeks away after All-Star break from them. We get some DMPs from those guys.
You think so?
You think so? They just
Nah, not with the new owner.
They got to move somebody.
But not with the new owner.
Yeah, you can't.
They're going to play out the string.
You can't have your snacks being $2 a pop, boy.
They're going to play out the string with the new owner because like they just don't want to. They even last night there was that weird report. They were like what they're saying is they just hope they can be totally healthy and ready to go by the playoffs. And I'm like,
that ain't happening.
You got to make it there, dog.
Stop.
That's the first step.
Like,
you got to make it there.
They got swept last year.
I don't know. I mean, don't you think the Kings?
They didn't win a game in the playoffs last year.
The Kings got to fall out at some point.
No, they don't.
You don't think so?
No, why?
I guess not.
Yeah, they've been playing.
They got Zach LaVine and Jordan. They're gonna be able, and Monk. They're gonna be able to score.
Yeah,
Dallas with no bigs,
bro.
Dallas with no bigs.
Sacramento has way better players than that team.
That's fair.
Who do you want?
Off the finish, other than Book and KD.
Take away Booker and Durant.
Take away Book and KD. Who do you want?
I mean, the Bowl thing's funny, but no.
Tyus is literally the only player that would play for us.
That's it.
And I love Tyus.
He's the only player that would get minutes for the Grizzlies. I'm not kidding.
I mean, I'd take Royce O'Neal on my team.
But he's not getting minutes for us.
Yeah, fair.
Where you putting him at? You want Mason Plumlee?
No, I'll pass.
KD almost punched him in the face last night. You see that? He tried to do that little behind the back pass. KD said, "What the fuck are you doing?" He said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
All right. Our favorite new PGA player, Braden Thornberry, he's been watching all the games, including last night's. He's going to come chop it up with us when we come back. Chris Vernon Show.
I was a high school player, or let's say I'm the father of a child who's 16 years old. And Mike Vick comes knocking on my kid's door, and Virginia's there also, and so is Virginia Tech. I'm like, yo, you gotta go where Vick is. You gotta go to Norfolk State. Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
At the National Civil Rights Museum, history moves us forward. The question remains, how does history move you?
Keep on talking, marching up to freedom now.
Norris one-handed on the feed.
If you go to a hustle game, you're going to see a very fast-paced game. A lot of action, both offensively, defensively.
Nice rejection right there.
In a great environment at the Landers Center. You could bring family there, kids are running around.
Down the lane and one for Zion Poland.
And then you're going to see a lot of talented basketball players competing at a high level.
Congratulations to the Titans. All of their misery and woe will pay off with the #1 pick.
You got the #1 overall pick as a GM. You would do what?
You want to know the first thing that comes to my mind?
What?
Travis Hunter.
Okay.
He's the best player in the draft.
Okay.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
It's your turn to drive into luxury at Southland Casino Hotel. Join us on Saturdays to win your share of up to $1 million in free play and prizes. And don't miss the chance to take home luxury itself during the grand finale drawings. Drive off in a 2025 Land Rover on February 1st or a 2025 Range Rover on March 1st. 2 vehicles, 2 finales, 1 million ways to enjoy luxury only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Can't wait. It's time to get it popping.
It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be loud. We need just energy.
Back to Jerry for the flush.
We're going to need, the form rocking. We're going to need, everybody in Memphis to be out there to come to support.
When the fans are good, we're good. Simple as that.
A Bane 3. Yes, sir. Desmond Bane with ice water in his veins.
We'll ride the energy together.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Just be cool. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Yeah. Just be cool. Just be cool. Just be cool. Just be cool. Time to make believers for you. You don't know. To the victors go to spoils. It's on the floor. Never been no ordinary. Heavens know. Pass the plate like spiritual endeavors. I'ma let it go. Everybody on the team shining. My son. Only see
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. All right, we talked about that Grizzlies win against the Suns last night. There's like 15 games going on or something like that in the NBA tonight. So there's a million games, including the nightcap with the Clippers.
Expect some blowouts, Vernon. You know how I go. 1, 2, 3 All-Star break.
You know how I kept saying, watch for the crazy outcomes and weird stuff that you'll never see any other time. That came to pass last night with the Chicago Bulls being down 71-29 to the Pistons. And then I just got a text from my Mismatch co-host, Jacoby. He said, you know how you were talking about the crazy outcomes? He said,
injury reports.
Tyrese Maxey had 5 points in a game against the Raptors last night.
5.
Like, what? Why?
Hey.
Why?
1, 2, 3 All-Star
Yeah, I
break.
know. Everybody's waiting for this All-Star break ahead. Braden Thornberry is here. He's our favorite PGA Tour player, and he is here in town and in studio with us. He is also the biggest Grizzlies fan on the PGA Tour. And every time I text you about something, you are highly opinionated about it. So I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about this stuff. First of all, no offense to Bennett, you're very depressed Dr. Thunder's not here.
I am. I'm a fan of Dr. Thunder, honestly.
You like Dr. Thunder.
MD, by the way. Don't forget that
MD.
part.
MD.
I like your intro, just going through everything. How did all that come about, actually? Because I haven't listened to the show that long.
It's been geez. We've been together like 17 years, so a lot of those are from a long, long time ago.
Are you just adding on?
Yes, and then
Like
we
the
just
Johnny
add
Mac
on.
card,
Like
just
the
see which
beginning ones, the ones at the beginning, which are like the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, those all began when...
Body Spray Bandit's crazy.
This is a funny story. When we first got our jobs at 92.9 FM, our first day on the job, we walked in, and Roser used to wear an absurd amount of cologne. And FM 100 radio legend Ron Olson did not know Roser's name, and so they started calling him that. They're like, there's a new employee here. We call him the Cologne Ranger, the Body Spray Bandit, whatever. And then the rest of those are all like things that have accumulated over the years for different reasons. But
What about Senor Quasadilla?
Oh, man. It's because of the way I pronounce it, bro.
He called it that.
Quasadilla. That's the way I say it the way it's
He said he went to Taco Bell, and that's what he ordered.
And they were like,
wait. They said, wait, what'd you get? And I said, a Quesadilla, bro. And they were like, I don't think that's how you say that. I'm like, that's the way I say it. Right? So,
You knew what he was talking about. You just had to have him say it again.
Senor Quesadilla. Yeah, no, that's what he said. He said, I wouldn't. We were like, what'd you get at Taco Bell? You're like, I always get a Quesadilla. We're like, oh, what? Oh, what?
That's pretty
No.
good.
All right, so obviously you can't give Dr. Thunder some trouble for being Dr. Thunder. You were at the game Saturday.
I mean, it wasn't good.
The question, did you make it through the whole game?
I did stay through the whole game.
You did?
That's
a real one right there,
I don't
boy.
get to come to that many games, so I enjoyed just like being there. So I stayed the whole game and like watched like the attempt of a little comeback, and then just like they just kept doing their thing. But I just didn't really understand. It didn't really seem like they were bigger than us or anything. And then just like the offensive rebounds were just absurd.
Why do you think this year you've become so engaged with it?
That's actually a great question. 'Cause I have no idea. In the past 4 or 5 years, I've watched games here and there, but like I didn't like seek it out as much. For some reason this year, I've gotten back into it. Obviously, we did the show like a few months ago, and then just I don't know. I like this team a lot. I like the rookies. I like everything. I don't know. I've just really gotten back into it. I don't know really what the reason is.
All right, what do you love about this particular version of the Grizzlies?
Well, I like that Jaren's kind of coming into his own because I feel like he had a lot of potential, but you didn't know if he would figure it out, and he has figured it out. I like Jalen Wells. I like GG. I really like Santi, actually.
You do?
I do like
You're
Santi.
a big Santi guy.
Santiago. Yeah, my little cousin, he said he's getting a Santi jersey. He loves it. He's like, Santi's the future.
You don't see those.
You don't see the Santi
Do they
jersey.
even have them?
He literally
You
told
have
me.
to get it made.
I was texting with him yesterday, and he was like, in 30 years, my little kid's going to like pull out the number 7 jersey out of the thing and just crack a smile.
I love the idea. Like I was always like that when I grew up with season tickets to St. Louis Blues hockey team. I would always get the guys that everybody didn't have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody in the stands had Brett Hull, they had Brendan Shanahan,
Mm-hmm.
they had all these different like the stars, right? I wanted an Ian LePerriere jersey. I wanted Adam Creighton jersey. I always got the off-brand guys, right? And Jeff Brown, like one of the defensemen.
It means more to get the Santi jersey,
you always
it's
end
like
up
I'm showing my support. Like I'm a real fan. Like anyone
Yes.
can get a Ja jersey. Like it's cool, but like anyone can get a Ja or Jaren or Bane or whatever. But I don't know. You feel like you're a real fan.
So
like
you would
watch-
say you're a bigger Santi Aldama fan than many of. No, I'm saying than other people. You mentioned him amongst the players that you really like.
I mean, I don't know if I'm a bigger Santi fan than like Jalen or anything like that, but like when he's on the floor and he makes shots, it just like pumps me up. I don't know why. It just like
Okay, what don't you like about the Grizzlies?
What don't I like?
Oh, that's the real stuff right there. Yeah.
What frustrates you as a fan?
You talk about it a lot. I think Ja kind of shutting down is a little frustrating, but I do think it comes from like not getting calls. It's like his whole game is like drive in, either make it or get fouled. And it's like if they're not calling the fouls, then you can just shut him down. Like if you're in there in the lane or whatever and just they're not going to call it, you shut him down, and all of a sudden he has 12 points in the game, and it's like.
And then he's standing in the corner.
Yeah, then it feels like the whole offense doesn't work, and like I think that's why sometimes when Ja's not playing, it feels like the ball moves better, and so I don't know. I'm not saying the Grizzlies are better without Ja, but it just seems like
we need him to be great when he's playing,
I feel like
because so much of the focus is going to be him rather than it be Scottie Pippen Jr. or whoever is just trying to get everything
it
in
up
motion.
the floor and like commanding the offense. I feel like, and that's what I feel like he has done in the past. But like with Jaren emerging is obviously great, but like I don't know. I feel like the offense can move a little bit more as opposed to Ja just driving in, and when he's not getting the calls, it's just we're dead a little bit.
Do you still watch him? Like now you've played how many events? You played at 2?
2, and then got the flu at Torrey, so 2.5, I'd say.
So you played in 2.5 tour events. Even when you're out on tour, are you still being able to watch the games?
I mean, unless it's, which I was on the West Coast, like in Hawaii and stuff, so I was able to watch them. But like, if I'm in Florida and it tips at 10:30, like I'm not going to be able to watch, obviously. But like, I've been keeping up with them pretty close.
How
to every
are you
game.
watching? How do you do it if you're?
Well, okay.
Do you stay in a hotel?
Usually a hotel, sometimes Airbnb. Like it depends. I always have this problem though. So NBA League Pass, I don't really understand. So I get that like there's TV contracts and everything, but like I bought it the other day, like the premium version.
Okay.
And they were playing, I think it was the Toronto game. I wanted to watch it and I didn't have it on anything. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get the League Pass and just like pay for it, whatever. But like it's not on my YouTube TV list.
Okay.
And then it says it's like blacked out because it's
local.
Yeah, because it's like on a local channel, but I can't watch it anywhere. And I'm like, I literally paid the NBA the max amount. Like I want to watch my
because
team
you're
on the
from
road.
Memphis, you can't watch it if you're in Florida.
Yeah, so I'm like, if they're in Memphis, okay, like I can go to the game. I choose not to. I can't watch it. Whatever. Like I get that. Like it's in Toronto, and I paid you the NBA. Like I get on the contract.
We gotta get you a VPN, bro. We gotta get you a secret VPN, bro.
I just didn't go that deep into it, but I get I don't know. That frustrates me that I was like, I'm paying you like the NBA to watch your NBA game on the road, and I just literally have no way to do it. That's
All right, so now
me.
we got to go back at that. So when we last talked to you, you had gotten your PGA Tour card. You were going to be able to play on the PGA Tour. So first event, is it everything that you had dreamed your whole life it was going to be?
Well, it's a little different because I'd played like 12 or so before. So I'd played them
Not as a
member though. That's
not
the
as a guy.
difference. Like showing up and you weren't like, because the other ones you're like, all right, like I'm the amateur, or the guy that's handed a spot, the guy out of college, like whatever it is.
Sponsors
Yeah,
exemption.
so you feel like that, I don't know, you're not supposed to be there. You're kind of an add-in. And but to show up as a member is really cool. You're like, all these guys, like I just signed up on the app or whatever, just like all these guys, like I've earned my way here. And it definitely helps too with not, like you don't worry about not belonging because like you earned your way there fully. Like there is no one gave you anything. So just to fully earn your way and be a full member, like teeing it up is a cool feeling for sure.
Were you nervous?
I mean, I'm a little nervous in every tournament. I don't think any more than if I was playing on the Corn Ferry though.
You don't?
Not really. I mean, especially Hawaii is kind of a weird tournament. Like at Sony because there's not that many fans. Like there are probably a little more than the Corn Ferry, but obviously it's in Hawaii, so like there's not a lot of people flying 6 hours minimum.
Right. So do you think that was good for you for that to be the intro to a PGA season, or do you think it would have been better if it was more like many of the things that you will see on tour?
I mean, if anything, probably better, but I don't think it really matters, honestly. Like Torrey, obviously I got sick there, but it was, I mean, there's a lot of fans out there.
Yeah, so what happened? We got to talk about this, right? So, all right, well, let's go through.
I can just summarize each tournament. If you want.
Let me hear it.
Okay, so quick summary, Sony Open in Hawaii.
Because I'm going to bet top 40 on all these.
Yeah.
So we got to get in the top 40.
Yeah. So I get out there playing pretty good. I shoot 70, 69, missed the cut by 2, but like actually played really good golf. Just I had a couple tee shots that cost me like either chip outs or hazard, whatever. So like actually played good.
You missed the cut by 2 at?
Missed the cut by 2
That's
in
at Sony.
Hawaii. Yes.
Okay.
So going the next week, Palm Springs, weird week. It's actually a pro-am, and it's like the who's who of like CEOs. Like in my group was like the former CEO of Nike, the CEO of Adobe, the biggest of the big, the owner of the Utah Jazz, like all kinds.
Ryan Smith or whatever.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the CEO,
he was in your group.
Yep.
Was he
Talked to
cool?
him. Yeah, super
he
cool.
seems super
like
cool.
He's
He's young guy.
Everybody loves him, man.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah, he was like 40 years old, and he sold his company for like $12 billion or something.
Oh my God!
Because he'd been involved in golf. Because
this is your group.
You,
Ryan Smith,
me, Ryan Smith.
Did you tell him you're a Grizzlies fan?
I did. Yeah, we talked about it a bunch. So me and Ryan Smith, and then the CEO of McDonald's, and then Aldrich Potgieter is the other. So it was just crazy.
CEO of McDonald's.
What kind of conversations? Okay, wait.
What is the CEO of McDonald's? What do you say to him?
Yeah, like your burgers suck. Like what
I talked to him. I was like, I like your breakfast.
I agree, bro. The breakfast is elite. The breakfast is elite for sure.
I mean, just random stuff. Like I asked him, like how hands-on he was. Like
McDonald's.
Obviously, I'm focusing on my own stuff.
Who is the CEO of McDonald's? I don't even know.
His name.
Hold on. You don't have to.
His last name is
Chris
Kempinski. Kempinski or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but yeah. Nice.
This is your group.
This is my group.
So you show up and you're the pro,
Yeah.
and you're with Ryan Smith, the CEO of McDonald's, and who is the third?
Aldrich Potgieter. He's like the 20-year-old. He's a rookie on tour too. So what's crazy is Aldrich came up to me before the round. And he's like, hey, like we got the CEO of McDonald's in our group. That's what I heard. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Because I didn't know like there was this high profile people here. Like I thought they were rich people or whatever, but I didn't know they were like very powerful people. And then get in the group, meet Ryan. He's from Utah or whatever, so I don't really think anything of it. And then like the third hole.
You don't know he's the owner of the Jazz?
I don't know he's the Utah Jazz. He has a Utah Jazz bag and hat. But again, I didn't think anything. Like the fourth hole, I was like,
he's from Utah.
And I'd heard because of the Qualtrics company, they sponsor some people my agent has worked with. He actually told me about him like a couple weeks before. And I was like, do you own the Jazz? And he's like, yeah, I do. I was like, a random question, but I put it all together. And I was like, you're out here like with all these CEOs, big time people. You got all this Jazz stuff. Like, do you own them? And he's like, yeah, I do. I bought them like whatever, 3 years ago or whatever it was. So
it's like he bought some shoes somewhere.
Yeah,
Wait, this is how many holes in?
This was probably like 4 holes in. And I just kind of put it together. I'm like, I feel like he can't just be like a big fan.
You own the big
Do you own the Jazz is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you own the Jazz? You know, I told this
Dude,
story.
that's how everybody out there was like that. Like if they had something on, like they probably owned it or the CEO. Like it was everybody. It was crazy.
Years ago, we went to the All-Star game in Charlotte, and one morning, one of our regular guests for many years, Sonny Vaccaro, who was the godfather of grassroots basketball, and he tells me, come meet him down in the lobby. And there's all these guys that are like NBA guys and agents and whatever. And they're just there to kiss the ring, right? Because Sonny's like, he helped all kinds of guys get into basketball, right? So anyways, Sonny's there, whatever. And I just start talking to different people, whatever. And there's this guy, it's around like my age or maybe even a little younger. And we're just talking. We're talking about basketball and we're talking about teams and we're talking about whatever. And I don't know. We're probably like 10 minutes, right? We're just sitting there hanging out talking, right? And finally, I'm like, John, so what do you do? And he's like, I'm the GM of the Bucks. And I was like, what? And it dawned on me, I have no idea who the GM of the Bucks is. I have absolutely no idea. And I felt like the biggest idiot, so I can only imagine as you're on the fourth hole, you're like, do you own the Jazz?
Dude, I had a
Or are you just like a big Jazz fan?
biggest Jazz fans
guy,
while he's
you
out
own the
here. No, so I met this guy last year in Utah. Funny, they're all Utah connections, but his name was Crew Ainge, and he actually like worked with like Ja and stuff with like some marketing.
It's
stuff.
Danny Ainge's kid?
Yes. So okay, so I'm getting there. So he's like, yeah, I'm caddying for my dad. Like I saw him out there. I was like, oh, your dad? Like he must be. I don't know what the connections are. And so I meet him. We're playing with him too. Met him on the first hole, like the second round, and we're walking, and like the fourth hole, my caddy was like, I think that's Danny Ainge. And I was like, who? Like, I didn't know who he was. Like, once he, like, described him, I, like, vaguely knew him. But, like, he was playing, in the 80s probably?
Yep.
And, like, super nice guy. And, like, I'd met Crew and, like, known him and everything. Just had no clue his dad, like, played against Jordan and all. He's like, yeah. He like, led a bunch of the three-point stats because that's when they, like, started it and everything. Just, like, crazy.
He was also GM of the Celtics through
I
their
think he's
entire.
the president of the Jazz now or
Yes,
something like that.
he is.
Yeah. So it's, like, everyone in my group, like, I wish just at the start they'd be like, just give me like a resume.
That's
I'm having
amazing.
To,
Card so you know what's
I'm
up.
having to like, I'm playing a PGA Tour event, and I'm also like, who is this guy? Like, I'm trying to like find some hints. Like,
So what happens? How does that Palm Springs thing work then?
So
that's just the pro-am?
No, that's in the tournament.
You're in the tournament, but playing with Ryan Smith.
Yes. So
but your score counts.
My score counts, and then they do like a rotation. So the other like pro-am events I've played, you have like a partner. Like say Ryan Smith would be my partner every day.
Okay.
And like we would play 3 rounds, and like he has a handicap, whatever, and we shoot a team score. This one worked where like he actually wasn't my partner. He was Aldrich's, but the McDonald's guy was my partner that day. And then the next day it was.
Is the McDonald's guy any good?
Everyone was like a 10, 12 handicap. Like they
Gotcha.
could play, but nothing crazy.
Right.
Then the next day, I don't remember who was my partner, but you like rotated a partner, and like they had a score with each pro, but then like ours were just playing and just adding to whatever theirs is. But so I was playing pretty good that tournament. I mean, I was in like, I don't know, I was right just outside the cut line, but I was like 4 under through 2 days and like kind of was slapping it around, but like scoring okay. And then I woke up so it's a 3-round cut. I woke up on Saturday and just felt like, I like never get sick either. I haven't been sick since like, I think 2021, I got COVID like in the winter, and I hadn't been sick a day since then. And woke up and I was like, this isn't good. Like I felt achy, my head hurt, like everything. And I was
He's
like,
the freaking McDonald's guy.
maybe it was.
It's the McDonald's guy, man. He gave you a bad Big Mac.
It's
probably
freaking
did.
McDonald's CEO.
That's crazy.
It was someone. There was a caddy that was like sniffling a lot in one of the groups.
Oh,
so I don't know.
no.
So, but everyone was getting it. So like, I think it was just kind of like probably half the tour got it at some point in that like 2 weeks.
I didn't even ask you about this. How does the caddy thing work? Have you had a caddy that you've always used?
Since March of last year. So coming up on a year now. Yeah.
You picked him up while you were in the Corn Ferry.
Yeah, right when we got back to the U.S. on the Corn Ferry, I did all the.
And so now he's just your guy full time?
Yeah, travels to all of them, and my
Was
wife
he
did
a
all the
buddy of yours, or
foreign
just somebody you met along the way?
So I actually met him here in Memphis, and he's from Birmingham. He was caddying for Zach Suker in Memphis in 2017 when I played, and I played good. And he was in my group, and like I remember talking to him and everything, and I didn't see him again for a long time. And then once I turned pro, I like saw him again caddying for other people and stuff. And like I'm a big Supercross fan. I don't know if you know that about me, but
Yep.
I
see you post that on Instagram, and I'm like, why is this dude always talking about friggin' dirt bikes?
And
you love Supercross.
Love it. Like
I've never met anybody that loves Supercross.
Obsessed with it.
How did you
I mean,
become
definitely,
so?
If I could do that instead of golf, I would 100%.
It's just, you can't even do that. Right?
I did it when I was growing up, and then I broke my leg and my arm, and my mom was like, "No more."
Yeah, I guess so.
Broke leg and arm. That's
that's
a double.
But
you like know who's awesome at Supercross,
yeah,
and like
I went
you
to,
know
like,
who the Jordan of Supercross is?
Who's the best Supercross guy right now?
Right now, it's Jet Lawrence, but he's hurt. And there's like a big three. It's like Jet Lawrence, he's like 20 years old. Chase Sexton, he's like 24 years old. And then Eli Tomac's like, I don't know if you would say he's like the Jordan, because he's like, there's a guy that's like a while ago that's won more, but like he's like LeBron, basically.
Where do you
Eli
watch this
Tomac.
on TV?
You watch it on Peacock.
Peacock?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched Supercross?
Dude, they got all the obscure sports. Peacock.
Dude.
Yeah.
How does it work? Just explain it to me. How does it work?
Okay, so
how do I win at Supercross?
So I went to 3 of them in 20. I go to a lot of live ones. Like any I can go to.
It's like his Supercross is my wrestling.
Yeah. I heard y'all talking about the other day. Big wrestling guy?
Yeah. Big wrestling
I've
guy.
never gotten into it. But anyway, Supercross. All right. So I actually even when I was like an alternate to get in Hawaii, like I wasn't sure if I was going to get in.
Yep.
If I didn't get in, I was flying to LA to go to the first Supercross.
That's how big of a fan.
Yeah, I love it. And so basically how it works is like kind of whoever can show up, like a little bit like a Monday qualifier, but there's like 15 main guys. And like the top 5 guys make probably 5 million, 3 million plus.
What?
Yeah, the top guy probably makes like 10 to 15.
This dude you just mentioned, bro, he got hella followers on IG, bro.
Jet Lawrence makes a lot of money.
He got
Like has Rolls
800K
Royce, everything. He's like 20 years old.
800K followers on Instagram.
He said he makes $5 million.
Oh, no, he makes more than that. Jet
Oh,
Lawrence
he
does.
makes more than that.
Yeah, probably 10 plus. They're,
so how do I win?
But there's only like 5. Okay, so they all show
I've got
up.
a bike. I've got like a
Yeah,
crotch rocket, right?
Yeah, and there's like, the cow. The crotch
That's
rocket.
what they call it.
The crotch
This is on
rocket's
the
crazy.
hills, right? Like
Crotch
the
rocket is wicked.
That's on the road though. All right, so like Kawasaki, Yamaha, all of them have like 2 to 3 riders or whatever. So there's like 10 legitimate guys, like that really have a chance to like win. Let's say they're in AT&T Stadium. They do most of like NFL stadiums, and so there's 2 heat races. They'll come in. There'll be like 20 guys, top 9 in each advance to the main event, and then there's like a last chance qualifier. There's 4 more spots. There's 22 guys in the main event. And then basically just go, and it's just a point system. Like first place is 25, second's 20, third's 18, all that. And they just have a whole series of 17 races. They go basically.
Wait, that's one show?
That's one deal, yeah.
One event.
Yeah. So like
is 17 different races?
Yeah, so they'll go.
And how long is the track? I guess it's in a stadium. It's not that
long. So
long.
the final, it's like they'll do probably, like 20 laps or whatever it is. It's 20 minutes plus a lap. So it takes like 21, 22 minutes.
Is there a bunch of wrecks?
Yes, a lot. Well, I just told you the top 3 guys, 2 of them are out because they're hurt.
A lot of
like
them.
crash into each.
Yeah, not
Now,
crashing
is
each
it all,
other.
and
but-
it's all hills?
Yeah, it's all hills.
All hills.
Yeah. Y'all need to pull up a video.
Yeah, I might have to tap into Supercross.
Yeah, Supercross, I'm telling you, I think if more people...
Pull up a Supercross. Just type in that
Jalen,
guy's name,
find me
Jalen. I want to see what this looks like.
Somebody see some Jet Lawrence.
I've never met somebody that's a massive Supercross
Somebody
fan.
just told me Ricky Carmichael is the Jordan, and I know that name.
Yeah.
You know what Ricky Carmichael is?
Ricky Carmichael?
Him or Jeremy McGrath would be like the...
I know Jeremy McGrath.
Yeah.
So they're Supercross guys.
Those are Supercross guys.
See, maybe I'm more tapped in than I thought.
Jeremy
I'm telling you,
McGrath, I
the key
know
to
of.
all these sports...
So that's when you know you're a huge name, is I know Jeremy McGrath. I feel like
he's the Jordan. Like, he has the most wins. Like, it was a different era.
What is he like? He's like promoting Monster Energy drink or something? How would I know him? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
You've seen him in random stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's like that kind of guy that like they're getting for random stuff like that. But where I was going before that was my caddy is a big Supercross fan.
Oh.
So I was always talking to him. He was like working for other guys, but like I'd see him on the range. We'd talk about the race last night, whatever. And then his guy, I think he was working like the first 4 events last year for a guy, and then he was open. And then I didn't have a caddy at the time, so I was like, come do a couple, whatever. And then it's just worked out great. I've played good, and like everything's been good. So
Are we gonna get banned if we play some Supercross? I just want to see what it looks like. Right?
Okay.
Are we gonna get?
Can you play YouTube or not?
I know now where I saw the Ricky Carmichael thing.
Here we go.
There we go. It was a PlayStation 2 game.
This
back
is
in the
when he
day.
got hurt. He just broke his fibula, and then he raced the whole race.
What are you talking about? How do you know that?
That was like 3 days ago.
Oh, he got clipped?
See his left foot right there?
Catches it on the hill.
So right there, that's like basically the best rider. But then he ended up still racing, which is crazy. Qualified in the main event and still raced, but it was like...
Oh, look at this. And so they go around that thing how many times, you say?
Probably 20-something.
Did my guy just run?
You knew the play. You knew what
That was,
video
that was this Saturday.
Oh, that was this Saturday?
All that was from this last Saturday, yeah.
Bro, who knew, bro?
Who knew? Braden Thornberry, biggest
Hey, I
Supercross
mentioned
fan of the
it last time I was in here, didn't I?
Yeah,
I
maybe
thought it was
in
just
passing.
like in passing. Like
Yeah.
I'm a Supercross guy.
Yeah, I'm a
that's my
Supercross
thing.
fan. Yeah,
But,
that's
like,
my thing.
I
But
mean,
like, I didn't know you were like listening to Supercross podcast and know literally everything that was going to take place on a
I'll tell you,
video
I'm
we
like
show.
very like addictive to stuff. So like the Grizzlies, like I kind of
Yep.
like don't watch or I'm like all in.
All
like
in.
have to watch every second.
Yes.
This kind of same thing. I'm either not watching or I'm watching every second of everything. So like I kind of do that with like Ole Miss football this year, with Ole Miss basketball, the Grizzlies, the Supercross, like really.
Those
Formula
are the
One,
things
too.
that are taking up your
the
time.
chat is saying, bro, it's time for you to get a Supercross sponsorship.
I need it.
Somebody needs to get you a Supercross
We need
bike.
it.
You have a bike? You don't ride it.
I mean,
You
I
do.
haven't- I
You
haven't-
do ride
Don't
it.
get him in trouble, bro.
I haven't ridden it since I haven't ridden it since I like started in January. But
Do you think you could do it?
no. This body, these guys are all like 5'9", 160 pounds.
They're like jockeys.
Yeah, they really are. Like there's a prime of like 5'7" to 5'11", 150 to 180 pounds kind of thing. So 6 foot 235 is not getting it done.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Hey, you learn something every day. I want to know about, because you're on the PGA Tour now. You say you've been to Sony, you've been to this, you've been
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. What's the best? Like I know you get the gifts. What's the best sponsored gift you guys that you've been on the tour?
So far, well, every week you get a courtesy car, which is really nice. Like at Palm Springs, we got to drive like an X5, like BMW, like all week. That's a nice perk. You don't get to keep it, obviously, but that's a good perk. I'm trying to think.
Have you gotten like a watch, or you gotten like
PS5 decked out, or like a?
I thought I was going to at Sony because I played this Pro-Am. They say that you always get like a Sony like electronic gift.
Yeah.
In the years past, they'd given a PS5. They'd given us like the like highest like grade headphones, all this kind of stuff. And they gave us like some little bitty like AirPods this year, and I was like,
Sony's
I'm not gonna hate on Sony, but I was expecting something a little nicer.
Nah, I got you. All right. So anyway, you get we started with the Saturday. You wake up and you're sick. So that's your excuse for not playing?
Well, no, so
Kidding.
I played, and like the first 5 to 7 holes, like I didn't really have any medicine. Like I took like some Advil or Aleve or something, but like I didn't know if I was like fully sick. So
But
I
you
didn't,
felt
and I
like
didn't
crap?
have time. Like I have 3 hours to my tee time. I can't go to like the doctor or whatever.
Right.
I didn't feel terrible, but definitely not anywhere near 100%. Go out there, and I was like playing fine early. I think I was like 1 under early, but ended up shooting like 2 over, missing the cut. And then Torrey, I mean, the next day, wake up on Sunday, feel horrible. Like, about
You're
as bad
wrecked.
as I felt. Yeah, not like I can't get out of bed, but like in no position to play any sort of golf at all.
Right.
So I go to the doctor. They're like, yeah, you have the flu. And I'm like, all right, don't like, let's keep this quiet because I want to play. Because like, I don't know if like they have issues with
because
that
you're
or
already
anything.
in the field at
Yeah, I'm
Torrey
in the field.
Pines.
I'm at the doctor like a mile from the course. And I'm like, all right, like they were like, I'm going to COVID test and flu test. I'm like, I don't know if I want to take those because I don't know if I want to know the answer, like if I want to try to play. But
And what's the name? This is not the American Express. What's the name of it?
this is the Farmers Insurance.
Farmers
Yeah,
Insurance.
Torrey.
Yeah.
So they comes back positive for the flu. They give me some medicine and stuff. I'm not like, I can get out of bed and stuff, but like just headache, I'm coughing a lot, all that kind of stuff, like just body aches in general. So I played like 2 holes of practice round on the tournament started on Wednesday, so it was even less ramp up time, which kind of sucked. But so yeah, I had like played like 2 holes, 3 holes on Tuesday to try to prep, like practice for like 20 minutes, and then go out there and try to play. And just like first hole in the bunker, leave it in the bunker, and I'm like, I don't even like hardly remember hitting that shot. Like I had like brain fog going on too, and then just like shot like 43 on the front. And I was like, all right, I need to not hurt myself. And I woke up the next day,
And
my
you
entire
withdrew.
leg-
And I was worried that you got hurt.
It was my first withdrawal in 17 years of playing tournaments. That was
Is
my
that
first
true?
one. I
You've never pulled out of a tournament.
Never pulled out of a tournament I never gotten hurt. I've never been sick, anything like that.
You're 7 over after the first 9
Yeah.
holes.
I
It's
was
like, all right.
Well, basically, I was
What-
like,
what-
all right.
what are we doing?
I was like, this course is way too hard to like, for me to like shoot 6 under on the back and get back in this thing. And I was like, my body can't do it right now. Like I just can't do this. So I was like, let's just like not risk hurting myself or shooting 87 or something stupid. So I was like, let's just go like back. And the only reason I tried to play is I had this 3-week break after. If it would have been more tournaments, I would have just withdrawn before the week and then, felt better and played. But I was like, all right, I got a 3-week break. Like I might as well just like push through and see if I can play.
And you're also feeling like I want to get into every tournament
Yeah,
I
exactly.
possibly can,
Like, I'm gonna get
because
in-
there's going to be some of these tournaments, like the Genesis. I
These
can't play in
3
the
weeks, yeah.
Genesis, right?
I mean, yeah. So the Genesis this week, Phoenix last week, and then what was the elevated event? Pebble. So like three in a row I'm not getting into where like other guys are getting points and stuff. So clearly I'm going to try to play every chance I can.
Right.
So like it was just unfortunate timing to kind of affect 2 tournaments a little bit.
So
but
you were flu-ridden, but now did it start going around because there was you were not.
I think
you
it
were
was the
not
Pro-Am.
like usually you see 1 or 2 withdrawals.
Mm-hmm.
There were a ton of withdrawals that same week you pulled out.
Yeah, I think the Pro-Am the week before, like I said, they rotated the AMs. So, like, there's 2 AMs and 2 caddies in every group. So, like, every day there's, like, 4 new people in your group. So, I think just, like, there was already kind of some sickness going on. Speaking of Supercross, they were getting sick, too, because they were in Southern California. So, I knew there was some even more going on.
Okay. And you think it spread to everybody?
Yeah, I think it just was in that area, and then we were around so many people. I got it. I was one of the first ones to get it because, like you said, a lot of people withdrew on Saturday, Sunday.
A lot.
And then there was guys the next week, like Oberg, like Ludwig or whatever. He was like throwing up, which I was never nauseous or anything. I just had like body aches, but yeah, it was going around like pretty bad.
Is there any penalty for withdrawing?
You can't like just withdraw for playing bad. I mean, guys do, but you can just like say, "Oh, I'm sick," or "My wrist hurts," or like. So that's just what guys do. But like, I don't think there's any like actual penalty unless it becomes like you do it 5 times and like the rules committee or whatever is like, yeah, like this you can't be sick.
Does it cost you money?
I mean, if you miss the cut, it's 0 anyway. But if you have
had to pay to stay there, and you've had to pay, right? So
I mean, these 3 weeks, you probably spend, probably $15,000 or something like that. But luckily,
if you withdraw and because then you're assuring yourself, I'm 0.
But if you
I'm not getting
Sunday,
any money.
Like let's say you're in 20th place on Sunday and you hurt yourself and have to withdraw at $0. So like that's where it actually matters. Like the first. Like, if you get hurt on Thursday, it's like, oh, like, whatever. Like, I wouldn't have made the cut with this injury, but it does suck to play, like, good golf for 3.5 rounds, and then you have to withdraw or something like that. You're like, damn, I left $100,000 on the table or something.
Yeesh.
But
that's tough.
So when's the next time you're playing?
I'm playing Mexico. I'm leaving Sunday. What's that, in like 3 days or something? I'm going to Mexico. And then
what's that tournament?
I think it's just called the Mexico Open. I don't know if they have a sponsor.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Mexico Open, we'll call
Mexico
it.
Open.
I think that's all it's called.
The Mexico Open?
Yeah, this was called,
Mexico Open,
Mexican
then
Open,
Palm Beach, what was the Honda, now it's called like the Cognizant or something.
Okay.
And then Puerto Rico. I don't know if they have a sponsor.
The purse to win this joint, bro, is it $8 million? Is that right? Is that number? Am I tweaking?
The winner gets like 17% of that, so hopefully we get 17%.
Sheesh. Past champions.
Is that the one that Jake Knapp won?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is. The purse of this week at Genesis.
Let's see.
And keep in mind, it's no cut and only like 70 people.
Genesis.
Oh, yeah. This is the one, and Tiger just pulled out of it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Right.
I don't know
well, and they moved it too, right? It's back at Torrey Pines.
Right by all the wildfires in LA.
What's a purse? What is it?
If this is right, is it 20 million?
It was a 20 or 25.
I see 20 million on this.
And it's only 70 guys, and you can't miss the cut. So you're getting. I think last place is like 33 grand, even if you don't beat anyone.
All right, so you get into the next 3, and so now we got to start getting points.
We got to start getting points.
Because if we're going to get here to Memphis, outside of a sponsors exemption, right?
Yeah. Well, they can't do sponsors.
Oh, they can't. That's right. You got to be in the top 70.
Yeah, it's clear cut.
And so the only way to get in the top 70 is to get some big time results.
I don't know how many points it'll take.
It's going to take a lot.
You got to play good, because that's what you got to compete with the guys that are in those events.
Because you don't have as many cracks at it.
Yeah, less cracks, less points, all that. But I mean. Really, if you go out there and win, it takes care of everything because then you're in those events. You're going to automatically be in that top 70, all that kind of stuff. So that's really what my goal is. There's all this like kind of noise everywhere, but like I'm just going to try to go out there and win. And if I can't win, try to finish second. And then like.
Well, you also, I think what we've seen is over the course of the past year, outside of Scotty, there's been a bunch of guys like that, Jake Knapp, like this guy Dietrich that won this past week. There's been a bunch of first-time winners over the course of the past year.
That shows how weird golf is. Like Dietrich's been, I don't know how long he's been on tour. Let's say 5 years. He's been out there a long time.
But nobody even knows who he is.
Doesn't know who he is, and then he just goes and wins by 7 in a great field. It's like, that's just crazy. That no other sport that happens like that.
That's right.
The past winners of this tournament, the Mexican Open, John Rahm, Tony Finau, I don't know this Jake Knapp.
Yeah, Jake
that's
Knapp.
last year.
Yeah, that's last year.
He's the guy with the mullet.
Oh, with the little flappy
bombs it too.
Yeah.
So those are the last 3 winners. So I want to see your name on there. I want to ask you, you've been watching the? He brings it up once a week. The TGL, was that what's called?
Yeah.
You've been tapping in.
I've watched it. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like.
You're on the air. Keep it a buck.
Okay, I'll say exactly how I feel about it.
Okay.
I've enjoyed watching it. but I think it has a ceiling. Like, I don't think 5 years in doing this exact same thing is going to be cool.
One of the things I feel like it has had a profound effect on, all of a sudden, now that I've watched it a bunch, and I'm the target audience, right? I like golf, and I like watching that crap. And I like watching Rory, and I'll watch those guys hit into, I feel like they're playing Top Golf. That's what, and if you told me that PGA Tour pros were playing at Top Golf, I'd sit there and watch them, right? So,
Yeah.
so that's,
They
I would.
they have you.
I just want to watch them. Yeah, I'd want to watch them do it. I think it's watching those guys. Like, if you told me an NBA player is going to go, if you told me, like, hey, you want to come down and watch Jaron practice, I would go watch Jaron practice, right? Like, I mean, these are the things I like. That being said, the shot clock, I feel like, has now put even a bigger onus. And we talked to you about this. The slow play thing is now like front and center because nobody likes watching golf that takes 5.5 hours or 6 hours. Like, these rounds are way too long. And so now we've got golf on TV where people are watching it, where it's shot, action, shot clock, whatever. Are you a shot clock proponent? This happened, look, I feel like the pitch clock helped baseball a lot. When I did not recognize it until I went to a baseball game with my son.
That's way better.
And I was like, dude, it's just, there's so much more action.
Yeah.
There's so much less downtime. Like, there's just, when you've got between pitches, all that, this guy's grabbing his crotch and talking to the first baseman and spitting and, like maybe checking over and throwing it to first base a couple times. And it's like, bro, this at bat has been going on for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Never. It's like bang, bang,
It's
bang.
not, what is it, like 15 seconds or something?
Dude,
It's
I
super
walked
fast.
out. Me
that's
and
nice.
William walked out to get a hot dog and a soda and walked back in and had missed a half an inning.
I did that at the Cubs last year.
Crazy.
We got there I'm making up numbers, like 30 minutes late, and it was already like the bottom of the fourth or something. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I thought it was going to be like the bottom of the first.
So I like that. So where are you on a clock for golfers?
It's tougher.
Is
I think
it
baseball.
unenforceable, or is
Baseball,
it-
it's definitely easier. One, because there's only one person being timed. Everyone's looking at that one person, and it's like when you're pitching, like you know what you're doing. Like, there's no other factors. Like, you are the factor, kind of. Where like golf, I think it could work on the greens, the tee, especially the tee. That's an easy one. But like, really, I think what it comes down to with everything, there's always more to it than you think. Like, so what happens? Like, let's say you're at 12 at Augusta, and you're over the ball, and there's 10 seconds left, and the wind just completely switches. Like, you just have to hit it. So like, that's kind of or like a 60-yarder, 50-yarder, and it's like, you need to get up and down for a playoff. You're just not allowed to go up and like look at the green. You just got to go ahead and hit. So like, there's definitely going to be a like worse golf a little bit. It's not going to be super noticeable, but there will be worse golf unless you have some sort of timeouts, or maybe you have 5 a day that you can spend more time, something like that. But then it's a lot of hoopla going on. But so I'm totally in favor of penalizing guys for slow play and like speeding up golf. Like, there's no reason to play an over 4.5. Like, that's kind of the mark where it starts to be feels long. And because these are long golf courses, they're hard. So like, you're not going to play in 3.5 hours with 3 people walking, and like, it's just not going to happen.
But you are like a real throwback where you just see the ball, hit the ball. You don't think a bunch about it. You're not like into tons of analytics dictating the way you play and all that kind of stuff. A lot of feel, right? Yeah. Like, you're a feel golfer.
So feel is certainly quicker in general.
Feel is quicker, and now you've seen aim point come into.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of aim point.
You don't like it.
I think it works if, we had this
Hey,
table.
so I'll explain to you guys who are not golf fans. Yeah. Aim point is this thing that a lot of players are doing now. They hold up their 2 fingers. It's a way to read a putt on a green. So you have to feel the green with your feet, and then you hold up your fingers, and then you walk off the putt. It just takes forever to putt.
So it's basically, if you have this table,
it takes forever to putt.
2 degrees, and you felt that it was 2 degrees, you know that like 2 degrees they've said is 2 fingers basically, and like the speed of the greens, how close it is to you. So all this stuff. So in theory,
but they're doing this for every putt.
Yeah, in theory, it does work. Like, if you put a little like felt on this and it rolls perfectly, everything, it's perfect. But like, you get grain and wind and all this, and I'll be like, oh, well, how do y'all like account for that? And they're like, oh, I just kind of like add a little more. I'm like, well, if you're gonna like, if it's not like a full on like math problem,
I
or
just add a little more.
Then why aren't I'm just gonna go all field in, because like, once you're adding anything off the baseline, it's like, what's the point of the baseline? So I don't know. I just think that a lot of guys,
but it takes longer.
It certainly takes longer. There are guys that do it like Max Grazerman comes to mind. He can do it very quickly. He gets in there, feels back, but like he does it very good. But most people don't.
You saw Colin Morikawa.
Yeah.
So first
I'm also a fan of banning the long putters too. So
then one of the
you don't like the little
No. So the guy that won the FedEx St. Jude a couple years ago.
He's a nice guy, Lucas Glover.
Yeah, Lucas Glover. Lucas Glover said they should ban aim point, that way of reading your putt, because that's what takes so long. And so then Colin Morikawa came out and said, no, what we need to ban is the long putter because Lucas Glover uses that broomstick.
I don't think so. Like, I'm not necessarily a fan of aim point, but like, how do you ban it? Like, do you ban standing or do you ban putting your hand? Like, what's the ban? So that stuff.
He's just finding a way to bitch about it.
It's not very like tangible. I feel like because like you could just say I'm not doing aim point, I'm doing something else. Like, but like the long putter to me. So everyone's argument's like, oh, if it was better, everyone would use it. Like that's always the argument. But like. The counter, and that's most people like believe that, but the counter to that is like, all right, let's say I struggle with driver and Lucas Glover struggles with putting, but like we're overall the same. Like we'd be at 85 overall on a video game, whatever it is. But like I have no fix. You know what I mean? Like I have to figure it out with driver. I can't just get a longer driver or a bigger driver or whatever. Like I have to figure it out. Where they have like all these kind of like gimmicky like tools to fix it, and it's like I feel like you want the game to be like very, like I don't know, symmetrical throughout. So that's kind of it's not necessarily better. It would be worse for me, but it's better for Lucas Glover. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because my strength is my putting. So it's kind of frustrating sometimes when like guys can be a bad putter and then like get to average to good when they like switch to something like that. I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing you mentioned video games. How do we get you in the video?
I was
game?
just about to ask him, bro. Can we get you?
Are
in
you going to be in it?
2K25, bro.
They only have like 10 people in it or something.
What?
And, yeah, there's not many people, and it's like hard to play. See, can you see how many people was on there?
There's only 10 players in there.
Like I think probably the like lowest ranked guy would be like Justin Thomas or like
really
Zalatoris. Yeah, they don't do a lot of people.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, it's not like the other games where you can be
right.
a bench guy and get in there.
Yeah, right. I was going to try to get you in the game. Do you?
They got like the foreplay guys.
We're
in there.
getting. They do. Yeah. Oh God, they're getting super hot and heavy on the whole live and PGA working it out. Do you like that? Does that scare you because you've just gotten your cards? Like, damn man, are we going to add 45 awesome players to this? And I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I think if, let's say they merge, I think you give like, you know, whoever, Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, the guys that have earned a lifetime membership, they can come back immediately because like they've earned it.
Yep.
But like I don't think like let's say who's the guy that left that's like good, like a Joaquin Neiman or something.
Okay.
Like he's lost his tour card. Like I don't think they should just give it back. Like he chose to leave. Like I think he should be able to go to Q school and be back on the PGA Tour. But like from his
or what about that kid that was at Arizona State, Puig, David
I don't know.
Puig, or whatever his name is, right?
I mean, you could go world ranking based or like I don't know how you do it. I don't think because Live is not like apples to apples with the tour. So like just because you're playing half decent over there doesn't mean that like you would have made it on the PGA Tour. So they have their hands full with trying to figure out.
But you would say for the benefit of golf, even
absolutely.
You're a golf fan. You want all the best players
for sure
playing together.
Yeah, for sure.
Some way, somehow.
Yeah, the thing I don't want to happen, I think a lot of PGA players are just like fans, and I don't know if fans care, but you don't want like I've done what the PGA Tour basically said.
And you got your
Q
card.
School,
yeah, explain this to
Thornberry.
people. How long are you safe?
Just until like just this year. So like if I don't finish top.
What do you have to finish?
Top 100 keeps full status. Top 150 will keep like a PGA Tour card, like a conditional type thing. But the reason I think it's that they're in a tough spot is like, so like I would be the like what the tour told you to do. Go to Q School, pay us the money, get through the stages, go to Korn Ferry, finish top whatever, get on the PGA Tour. Like that's their route.
You did that.
Like what they say to do. By the book, that is their route. So if I get out there and then all these guys that left for Live just get pushed right back on ahead of me and push me down, I feel like that's not a great look. Like,
right.
It's like, what was I
penalizing
supposed
you.
to do? Yeah, like what was I supposed to do? Like, would I have been better off to try to go to Live and then I would have been in a better spot? Like being not loyal to the tour? Like I hate to use those words because I don't
Did you ever get called?
No, I think if I would have been, like 2017, 18, I think if Liv would have started then, there would have been a good chance of it because they went after a lot of the top amateurs and college guys. Yeah, so I think that would have been. I probably could have gone right away because they were kind of trying to find players right away. So, like, if I called them and was like, I'll come for no money, like, probably could have done it. But it wasn't, at the time, I was full status on the Corn Ferry. It made no sense, like, because they could have had one tournament.
So your concern would be like, hey, man, don't tell me to take this route and this is how I'm going to get my chance to be a PGA Tour player. Then I do it.
Yeah,
I succeed at it, and now you're pushing me back down the... Yeah.
So it's kind of both sides. From a fan of golf perspective, I want all the guys to be on the PGA Tour, all the guys to be on LIV, wherever it is. Like, just all the guys playing the same tournaments. And currently they're not doing that, but I don't think it's fair to just guys that left to just put back ahead of people that stayed on the PGA Tour. So I don't know if that makes sense.
I got you. Yeah, I found the roster there, bro. Okay, here we go. We got Tiger Woods.
What is this for?
For a 2K25
okay.
golf game. Max Homa, Matt Fitzpatrick, Colin Morikawa. We got Justin Thomas. We got let's see who else. That's Rose Zhang's in the game.
Oh, really? Nice. Well, let's kick Fitzpatrick out for Thornberry. Nobody's playing with Matt Fitzpatrick.
Tom Kim. I don't know who that is. Tom Kim.
Tom Kim.
Tom Kim.
Young Asian guy.
Tony Finau.
Loves fast food.
And last but not least, we got Will Zalatoris.
Yeah, see, that's not
a short roster.
It's also not. Rory wasn't in there.
No, Rory's not on there.
Was Tiger? He was the first.
Tiger's the first one. Yeah,
like Rory, not even Scotty's not in there. It's weird. I don't know
no
how
Scotty Scheffler.
I think you have to like sign a deal like with the company. It's not like they do. Like I don't know how like the NBA stuff works. Like I assume they're just in the game. Do they get paid or anything for being in the game?
Yeah, he definitely get paid to be in the game. But yeah, by the way, Johnny Hustle has joined the chat. He wanted to let us know the Hustle won. They got the dub. I went and found the box score, bro. Armando Baycott, 35 and 14.
Whoa.
Who's that?
Armando Baycott plays for the Hustle. He used to play for North Carolina.
Yeah, 35 and 14
wow.
to get the dub. So, yeah. By the way, next time you come in, Roger will be here so he can get on his ass. So.
All right.
Yeah, you do have to get on his ass next time you come in.
I just love
here.
the nicknames.
All right, so next you're going to Mexico.
Yep.
You leave Sunday?
I leave Sunday.
And we're winning that tournament.
We're winning that tournament, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, let's go.
It should be, in theory, these should be 3 good ones for me. Like
it should be.
Like I said, so
like top 40 good.
I can't comment on that.
Anytime, make sure you got good money right now.
Top 40 good.
We lock it in.
Hold on.
I told you Sony was a good one for me, and I still believe it was. I just didn't quite play, but like, that was one where there's certain weeks where you feel like
you played well.
If I'm playing well, like I can be in the mix here, and there's some weeks where like you feel like I would have to like really like play over my head to kind of like be in the mix. So Sony was one that like is kind of marked on the calendar. I think I could play well, win, whatever, be up there.
You know what? I've got a question for you that I forgot. So I'm watching the Waste Management this past weekend, right? And they keep showing this guy and this friggin' like they treat it like it's a tragedy. This heartbreak that he has on 18 where he's got a long putt for birdie and it barely misses, and they say this is for his tour card.
Mm-hmm.
Why? How is that putt for his tour card? I don't.
Luke Clanton. So you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Jackson Coyven. They have this new thing. You know the PGA Tour U stuff, like where they have like the top college guy gets his tour card.
Yes.
The like 2 through 10 or something go to the Corn Ferry, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So they also have, so you have to go 4 years for that. Like that is only seniors, like I think not seniors necessarily, but like 4 years.
You have to go to college for 4 years.
Graduate. Like it's like all that stuff to be in that list to get the status. But they have a PGA Tour accelerated, which is like, it could be, freshman, sophomore, junior, whatever. And like there's points. Like if you play in a tour event and make the cut, it's like 2 points or like all this kind of stuff. Different play-in team events like for the USA, like whatever. So he has 18 points right now. They both do. And so if he would have made that cut, he would have gotten to 20 points. And you get your card, which Gordon Sargent already did it at Vanderbilt.
Yep.
And he, I don't know if you know him, he played in like US Open and Masters and stuff, but hits it like 330. He's sick. But
little guy too.
Yeah, he's not very big.
He's not like he's skinny.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he, he would have gotten to 20 points. And what I was saying about Sargent, he already met that threshold. So he has a PGA Tour card whenever he wants to turn pro, which is kind of nice.
Okay.
Like you don't have to take it right then.
Okay.
So like Luke Clanton could finish this year. He could finish the senior
year.
year.
So if he would have made that putt, that's how. So he's a college kid.
Yeah, he's a junior at Florida State, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if he would have made
he
that
was
putt,
heartbroken.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept replaying it, and I'm like,
it's
God.
tough because like everybody's like, oh, he's gonna get it because he's played great. He has.
But why was the Waste Management his last chance?
It wasn't his last chance, but he's probably
then
played.
What the hell? What's he?
He's probably played 3 or 4 this season, probably 3, and you get 7 max, like sponsor. So he won't necessarily get 7.
So that was just such a good chance at his
card.
card.
That was such a good chance, but like,
okay.
So basically, like, it's disappointing for him because you have to get in a tournament. Like someone has to let you in a tournament, and you have to make the cut. So like it's not in his hands. Like you know what I mean? Like once he's in that tournament, he's like, I go make the cut. I have a tour card. Like now he's got to like wait for somebody else to get in the spot and make the cut. So there's no guarantee.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's sad as hell.
Dude, it was like they were treating it like a tragedy.
He's like,
and I'm like,
well, I think it was
man.
it was. I guess shocking because I don't think he'd missed any other cuts. Like he'd finished like 2nd, 3rd, 8th. Like he played really good.
Well, and it looks like the putt's gonna go in.
Yeah, it was a good putt. I mean,
he posted on IG, "Not my time."
We're trying to be jaw.
Not my time.
All right, we're being a little dramatic.
Yeah,
okay,
like, calm down, Luke.
All right,
it's like you're like 20.
So now you're right. So now you're headed to Mexico next Sunday. Oh, also a massive congratulations. Since we last talked, married.
Hey.
You got married since you last came in studio. You did get married, and it worked out perfectly because your Ole Miss Rebels were not in the college football playoff.
That was did we talk about that last time?
Yes, you scheduled your wedding for a day that was the college football playoff.
Well, we scheduled it way before it was the college football playoff day. We were like, just please don't let us be the 7 o'clock game on Saturday. If it's like it's at 11, great. If it's the night before, great. But like if it's at 7, that's just gonna be a bummer. But like I guess I would have rather us been in it. But.
And then and I also want to congratulate in typical Ole Miss fashion, you now care about basketball as soon as they're good.
Yeah, exactly. I care back like the Andy Kennedy days.
These are like my Tennessee fans that are like, I've always loved Tennessee baseball. And I'm like, oh, shut up.
Did y'all see the LSU game the other day? The Ole Miss LSU?
No.
We were down I didn't watch the game because I think it was during the Thunder game.
Okay.
But we were down like 12 with like 3.5 minutes or something like that, and came back and like tip in to win, like at the buzzer.
Okay,
that was cool at LSU.
Ole Miss is good.
Yeah, we're ranked 19. I just don't know if we have like the athletes to like really compete. Like we're just kind of small. Like both our guards are like 5'10", and like we just play kind of small.
I was going to ask you what happened on December 28th.
Oh, December 28th.
Yeah, you caught that Memphis smoke.
That BTA in the FedEx Forum.
I wanted to come. There's one of those games I wanted to come to, but I was leaving like that day or getting back that day.
Probably that one.
Yeah, it was in Memphis and Ole Miss. When was that? Is that one?
Yeah, it was December 28th.
December 28th.
I guess I was going somewhere because I wanted to go to that because I've never watched Ole Miss in the Forum.
All right, so after this weekend's at Genesis. The next 3 weekends,
I'll be out there.
You're going to be playing
for sure. Yeah,
all 3 of those tournaments.
Where we at?
We're Mexico.
Mexico, Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, you good.
And Puerto Rico.
Oh, wait, you go Hawaii, Mexico.
These are good February tournaments.
You gotta stay warm before it gets like April.
Good, man.
Yeah, this is good. All right. Well, we're gonna be rooting for you, and we'll catch up with you in the middle of those.
All
right? Especially after you win it.
Yeah, after I win, this will be the first.
Or
call.
at least the top 10. We gotta
get something on the board.
Yeah, right.
Bring the trophy in here, man.
Between
you know what I'm saying?
Which is the one?
Set it right here.
Which is the one that Hovland always wins? That weird like snail looking thing.
Oh, that was the old tournament in Mexico.
Oh.
That now like Liv took it over or something.
Oh, of
course they did.
That
was cool. It was
the
like a chameleon.
Maricopa or something. Mayakoba. Yeah. That you know what I'm talking about?
No, it's the snail
It's a big
trophy?
like snail.
I think it's like chameleon, but it's like wrapped around.
Trophy.
Yeah, it's the best trophy in golf, in my opinion.
Best trophy in golf.
Outside of like the cup, the claret jug.
Wait, is this a real?
Right?
Is that real?
Yes. Are you talking about Hovland?
That real?
That was Russell Henley, but yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. That's the trophy I want.
That's the one you want?
Hovland's got 2 of those.
All right, if I win that one, we can put it right
the Mayakoba.
The one that doesn't exist anymore. If I win it, we'll put it right there.
That is a hard trophy. Right?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's the most random trophy you can have in your case.
I thought it was a snail. What is
It's a
it?
chameleon, bro.
Oh, it is?
Learn your animals, dog.
Oh, my bad. I always thought it was a snail. All right, well, keep rooting for the Grizzlies, Braden.
Yeah.
And
stay up late tonight.
yeah. Oh God, are you gonna stay? You think you're gonna make it? 9:30 start.
I made it last night.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought I was going to get to go to sleep a little earlier, but
my gosh, that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, for real.
They made that stressful for no reason. Yeah. I wanted us to be up 19 and then be up 38, and then me be able to go to bed while John Conchar's shooting.
Yeah, I get Yuki in there.
Instead, we're up 4.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's going on with J Huff? Why is he getting no minutes now?
He's out of the. I mean.
I kind of liked him. When
I
like
him too. I liked him too.
7 feet and can shoot. Like there's positives there.
I don't know.
I think the other end is the problem.
Yeah, it's the defensive end. Yeah, coaches always care about defense first.
I mean, maybe he needs to talk to Luke and tell Luke, yo, when I get in the game, I just shoot that. You just do what I do. Just
That's
shoot
it.
That's what he needs to do. Like, look, bro.
You know who's doing it?
Adopt the J Huff.
You know who's taking J Huff's title? is flip on the Warriors.
Oh, Quentin
this
Post?
friggin' Quentin Post just comes in and all he does, he shoots these threes every time.
I want Luke to just keep shooting. I don't care if he misses. Like,
I
you gotta just
know.
keep shooting.
I know. That's
we
what
were
we
talking
want him
about
to
it.
do.
I was like, I don't care.
Just
if
shoot
you go,
the
if you
ball.
go 1 for 12, like,
Yes.
no one's gonna be like, oh, this guy can't. Like,
No.
we know you can shoot. Like, just keep doing it.
It's like Duncan Robinson, right? Bro, if you're in the game, you're in the game to shoot threes. That's it.
Yeah.
So just let it fly.
You ain't here to move around. Oh, they said Huff was a G League Defensive Player of the Year, but like G League defense,
No,
respectfully,
no.
G League defense is a little
No.
bit different. It's a little bit different over there.
I'm always
man.
interested with how the G League, like guys like Bronny goes down there and balls and like.
Not really.
But like,
He doesn't
or like
really.
people that like don't
No,
look
you're right.
great, they go score 35 down there. It's like, is it?
You do understand this. There's guys that are
Yeah, but
amazing on the
but
Corn
golf's
Ferry.
not like that though.
Yes, there is.
No, it's not.
Sure, there is.
If you go to like a Latin American tour event, like people are pure. Like if you don't play good, they beat you. Like down there, it's like there's such a difference. It feels.
Yeah, but
like.
baseball's the same way.
Yeah.
There's that baseball. They used to call these guys Quad A. You know,
Yeah,
they
they-
come down here to Memphis, and they did 380 with 7 home runs
You
or
think
whatever,
it's the-
and then they'd get to the next level. And yeah,
You think it's all quality of play, or like also like the lights are a little too bright sometimes?
No, I think it is. I think partly the G League, obviously, the collective level of talent is much less.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, once you get into the NBA, you have to be able to fit into a system and a role in a way that you don't in the G League,
CC
right?
Kenny Lofton Jr.
This Zion Pullen, who I'll give you an example. Zion Pullen, he's a kid that played at Florida. He's now 6'4". He's a point guard. He's playing for the Grizzlies, or playing for the Hustle right now. He's probably averaging 20-something, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, whatever. He plays in a way that he could not play in the NBA, right? He plays in a way that when you in the G League, he plays like he's a star. If you get to the next level,
you're getting
you have
7
to play
minutes
as a you're right, and you have to play as a role player, right?
And certain guys do it, but like Scotty, like
there's
Pippen does it
right,
great.
correct.
Yeah.
But there's about 3 guys that get to do whatever the hell they want to do on an NBA court, and the rest of them all have to be role players,
fit in,
right?
bro.
That's it. You get to do. There's about
So
2
it could
or
be like being at the right team, I guess, could certainly matter too. Like
For
coming from
sure.
the bouncing back and forth.
But I
and-
mean, like those guys that are in the G League. I saw a kid, like you saw the kid the other night. Do you remember there was a point guard at Bama a couple years ago, J.D. Davison?
Yeah.
He was playing for the team that the Hustle played the other night.
Maine Celtics, yeah.
I mean, he's by far the best player on the floor.
Number 3 scorer in the G League, by the way.
And he's shooting 1,000,000 threes, and he's going to the basket, and he's posting people up, and it's like, yo, what? And then you think about it, and you're like, bro, he would not get to do any of that crap with the Celtics.
Nah, he averaged
None of it.
26
Like your job is to throw the ball to Jason Tatum and get out of the way. And if the ball comes to you open, make it.
In the G, he averaged 26, 8, and 5.
that's balling.
You
know what
get
I'm
to
saying?
play like that though.
Yeah, but like the-
you get to play like you are.
So I guess
the
that's why
guy.
there's not many like super successful people that like play in the G League, then come up to the NBA and have great careers. Like it's not.
There's a lot more now.
Yeah,
a lot more
but it's
now.
not like because like you said though, like if you're Ja in college and like you're
That's
gonna be
right.
a guy, and it's like if you're not, it's tough to like get in there and like.
There's a lot
ball
more
enough in 5
now,
minutes.
but like it's really good for guys like Gigi. We've got
Well, it's great
Gigi
to
from there.
confidence.
We
It's
got
great to
Vince.
put people down there too, like to
We
read.
got Vince from there, because Vince was a 2nd-round pick, and hopefully then they could develop Cam Spencer, and I mean,
John
it's
Conchar is a good story from the G League.
yeah,
Shout
it's
out
good
G,
enough.
man.
It's good enough basketball that you can tell.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like getting into like turn into like kind of
Oh,
stars.
a
Like
star.
You're kind of like if you're
Nah,
not in
Siakam is probably like the only.
Fred's one too.
Fred VanVleet.
had a good career out of the G.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are probably the 2 like
same team for a while too, right?
But a lot of the guys that were expected to be stars.
Yeah, it's like early, kind of like once
Yeah,
you're
that's
down
right.
there, it's like
it's
there's almost
more
not a
for
spot
the
to be a
late
star.
1st rounders, 2nd rounders,
Yeah.
undrafted.
Makes sense.
Those
I need to
are
go to a
typical.
game because I'm from down there.
Pull up to
I think
a
I
hustle
went.
game.
I think it's. He was telling me out there. So Roser is there because there was like a school game, right? Like they're
Today.
I'm pretty sure I'd been to the school game as a kid.
Oh, really?
I think so. I
Where'd you go
don't-
to school?
DeSoto Central.
Oh,
you
yeah.
definitely were
And you
there.
for sure
You
did.
definitely were there.
I don't remember. Like it sounds familiar. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I haven't been to a game in the last since whenever that was. So I want to go down to a game.
You got to
Yeah,
pull
you
up to
should.
again. By the way, the 5th leading scorer in the NBA in the G League, bro, is T.J. Warren.
Yeah. who was
Who's 32 years old?
bucket in the NBA.
32
years old playing the G League is a little wicked, bro.
He's cashing
Like,
that check.
it's time to go home, bro.
Well, he's just trying to keep the dream alive. Pick me up.
Get a
Right?
job.
All right. That's going to do it for today's show.
job.
Thank you to Braden Thornberry for coming in. Thank you to Devin Walker. Thank you to Bennett Doyle across the glass. No thanks to Dr. Thunder. Who wasn't here to get his tongue lashing from Braden Thornberry. He will be the next time, though. We will be back here tomorrow. Grizzlies 9:30 tonight. Watch it on
I'll be here tomorrow.
FanDuel Sports. Oh, yeah.
I miss y'all, man.
Devin's going to be flying out to San Francisco for the All-Star game.
Yeah, y'all. I'll be in San Francisco. If y'all ever need something from me, let me know. I'll pick it up from y'all.
No, you won't.
You're right.
You for sure won't.
You're right. I'll pick it up.
Just trying to make himself look good.
You're right. I had to at least
Look at him trying to make himself sound
I had to
good.
put it out there, man.
No,
But
you
yeah,
won't.
I'm gonna miss y'all. I'll be back next Wednesday.
You're going to be bum fighting.
I know, right?
Those are an SGA jersey.
I'm doing. I swear, I'm doing All Star, and then I'm going to Desmond Bane's jersey retirement next week.
Oh, at TCU?
Yeah, so we got a long week. I'll see y'all in about a week.
All right. Devin will not be here tomorrow. We will recap whatever happens with the Grizzlies and the Clippers tonight. 9:30 game is going to be on FanDuel Sports South. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, we gone.